Hello, everybody. This is James Daly, and I'm coming to you with another video where I'm trying to learn 12 songs in 12 keys in a year or two. It looks like it's going to take like 2 years. And I'm going to do my warm up with Oh Give Thanks by Judy McAllister in all 12 keys. I'm going to play it through to warm up and to keep it fresh in my memory, in my mind, and under my fingers so I won't lose it. And when I do finally get all the 12 songs in all 12 keys, I'll be able to play all the songs at once in a video and try to get it without mistakes and hesitation. That's proving to be a gargantuan task, though, because it seems like I'm always making mistakes. But let's see if we get Oh Give Thanks here without any mistakes or hesitation. Let's see how far we get with that. All right, let's go. Already a mistake. Okay. It's a warm up. Another mistake. stop using the foot pedal. Little mess ups today. Okay. The first half I did it with foot pedal. The second half I did it without. I did have a breakthrough a couple weeks ago where I noticed, or I learned the fact that if you practice without the foot pedal, it helps build finger control. And I've been getting lax at practicing without the pedal because it's just easy to practice with it. It just sounds better to practice with it. And, but I got to get back to what I know is right. And so I thought to myself while I was playing, okay, let me get off the foot pedal. And I did that, and it turned out fine. I was making little mistakes here and there throughout this practice session, but it was okay. It wasn't nothing that big compared to the last couple of days. So there's some improvement there, so that's good. I'm curious to see, when will the switch take place? Now I'm only 2 songs into this experiment, so I can't expect, I guess, us humans, we want things to happen so fast. And still I wonder, well, why aren't I seeing things different? Why isn't my playing different? I learned one song in all 12 keys. My playing should be different. And, you'll learn pretty quickly that, okay, you did it one time. That means nothing. That changes nothing. I guess it's a thing of compound interest. It's little interest that builds up over time, and all of a sudden, then momentum gathers. Then all of a sudden, it's like an avalanche of change. And so that's probably the way it is. I'm probably going to have to learn. 12 songs might not even be enough. I mean, we don't know yet. When we get there, we'll find out with this experiment. Once I get the 12 songs, or how long will it take for me to get to a transitional period in which, when I'm playing the song that I'm familiar with, I'm playing Oh Give Thanks, but I see different chords. I see different ways to voice them. I hear it in different ways, and I could play what I hear on the fly. I wonder when that change takes place. That's what I'm interested in. Those are the questions. Like, so when does it switch? When does it switch from you're just playing it as you know it? You're not playing necessarily what you hear in your head. You play it as you know it. When does that switch over to I play it how I hear it in my head, and it translates to my fingers on the fly? I'm really interested in that, because I mean, I've hung around the greatest musicians all my life. I mean, I live right around the corner from the Powells. So, I mean, it's like I grew up with them. It didn't rub off on me. Sometimes this kind of thing rubs off by osmosis. In this case, hanging around Doobie and Billy and Kevin and Hubert, none of that rubbed off on me. None of it. But it's not supposed to. With piano, you just practice. And that's the point, is that, growing up, I did the bare minimum. I didn't practice. I didn't put the serious time in it. And you have to put serious, consistent time. That's what I'm finding. And even in what I've been doing, 5 hours a day, that's what I've been doing lately. If you look at my videos, I mean, yesterday I think it was a little bit shorter because I did have a lot to do yesterday, but I still fit the time in. I still spent about 3 hours, 3.5 hours, something like that, practicing and making these videos. I mean, it's easy to make the videos. I just start the thing and then I just practice, then stop it, and then go to the next one. Start it, practice, stop it. So, I mean, that's not the time-consuming part. Recording the video is not the time. Everything's already set up. I just press record and then I start practicing. So I'm interested because this is the most consistent I've ever been with my practicing. I'm to be transparent. Right? I wasn't good with practicing. And even playing for Hopewell, they had back in the day, they had about 800 to 1,000 members when I first joined it, but then it dwindled. They lost membership. But when I first started playing there, and then I had to learn all those songs, that transformed my playing because I had to do it against the clock. I had to do it in 2 weeks. That was the hardest period of time ever in my life. And we had internet, of course, in 2007, but it wasn't like it is now. All music wasn't fully digital. Now, all our music is digital now. We don't have CDs anymore. And when I got to Hopewell, they didn't give me CDs. They gave me a whole bunch of tapes. And what's worse, they gave me tapes from their old services. So it wasn't even the original music on tape. It was like their version of doing it at church service, and I had to learn it from there. But that did something. Now, I was already playing in my home church, and we had a praise and worship team, and we was traveling all over the place because people was calling us because they sounded great. It was really good. So we was getting concerts. We did a concert with James. We was on the same ticket as James Hall in Queens, New York. And we was on a ticket with Beverly Crawford. We was on a ticket with Timothy Wright, our praise team now. I had learned songs then too. So there was already some momentum in getting off the transpose button. I wasn't using the transpose button in those concerts because I was learning the song in the original key by that time, because we was getting so many engagements. I was learning songs and the praise team was getting so popular. We always had to learn new songs. And so that was helping. So learning songs helps with the process too. Learning songs in the original key helps with the process. And that did something for my playing. So I never did it like I'm doing it now, just doing one song and taking it in all the keys. I didn't do it like that. I didn't. I was just learning songs. And when I got to Hopewell and I had to do the 25 songs, because I was playing for 5 choirs, one choir per Sunday. They did 5 songs per Sunday. And that doesn't even include devotion and the doxologies, like the all things come of thee, O Lord, at the end of the offering. And then they had a chant at the end of the morning, the first prayer, the Our Father chant, and then another one or something like that. They had all these chants, and then the deacons would do the hymns for devotional. And then there would be the Sunday hymn, and then I would have to learn those too, because they would do those weird hymns, these weird old hymns that nobody's ever heard, and I would have to learn them. And so that helped my playing, but I got stagnant. I wasn't taking the stuff I learned and put them in every key, and that's the difference. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is, if you learn a song, put it in every key. That's the first thing you do. No matter your skill level, just put it in every key. You should just do that. It's important to just do that. Put it in every key. Okay. And then, go to channels like mine and learn what they teach you. And once you get that down, get a subscription service to hear and play or whatever. Those type of services. If they do still do MIDI files, I know people are getting away from the MIDI files now, and you put it in a music program that shows you the keys and everything they did. You can see in the keys, or you could buy the Synthesia program and take the MIDI file and put in the Synthesia program. It's like a video game. It's like playing Guitar Hero, but it's just for piano. The software, the keys light up and go down, and if your finger don't hit the correct note, it will stop until you hit the correct note. And you could use Synthesia or whatever. Take the song, how the person play it, and then learn it in every key. And that's what I'm doing now. This is something I should have did. This is something I should have done from the very beginning, but neglected to do. Learning all the songs helped, yes, but not taking in every key didn't help me. It didn't make me fluid. Last Sunday, had a situation where we had a guest praise team. They let me accompany on organ. They went in all kinds of keys I was mostly unfamiliar with, but I held on. I did what I could hold on. I could hold on. But don't ask me to be by myself. Thank God there was other people. I could just turn the organ down when I made mistakes and just fix it if I could. But for the most part, if I was left to be by myself, it would have been a disaster. Well, not so much of a disaster. I would have got through it, but I'm not fluent in all my keys. So the point is just like, got to keep on doing this until the switches happen. I want to know when those switches happen, and that's why I'm documenting this. And this is the most consistent I've ever been. Recording videos for you give me an incentive to keep going. This is the most I've ever practiced, and I've been getting like a lot of hours in. 3 to 5 hours, 5 days a week is a lot. That's 15 to 20 hours. So that's great. 15 to 25 hours. Practicing like that, I looked on ChatGPT. I asked, well, if I did 3.5 hours, 5 days a week, how long would it take for me to get to 10,000 hours? The 10,000 hour rule that says if you put 10,000 hours in anything, you become like a master at it. It'd take me 10 years, about 11 and a half years. And if I practice even more, it'd be, if I do like 6 hours a day, 5 to 6 hours a day, I could reach that in 5 years. I said, okay, that's or if I do like 3 hours a day or something like that, 3 or 4 hours a day, something like that, every day. I said, okay, this is doable. In 10 years, I'm going to be a totally different player. And then you're going to see this in 10 years. I'm going to keep on doing this as long as YouTube is here, as long as I'm here. In 10 years from now, if I keep this up, oh man, you're going to see a totally different musician in 10 years on this channel. And I can't wait to see what that looks like. I have this documentation. This is an amazing tool. This is an amazing tool. I suggest you take your YouTube channels and record yourself. Even if you don't have all this overhead stuff like I do, you don't have to have that. But just the fact that you have it documented what you did, just point a camera to the keyboard and just see for yourself what you've done. And so you can have a legacy record, a digital record of what you've done. Okay, so I went way too long talking at the end of this video. So I got a lot to do today. So let me go on to the next. Thanks for watching. Talk soon.